Hello students, welcome to Husky Math. Next we are going to do the exercises. Okay, so here I have to find the derivative of the following functions from the first principle. We have done first principle in the previous video also. So let us start. So here the given function is ax plus b. So let me suppose ax plus b as y. Then y plus delta y will be equals to a of x plus delta x plus b. So now let this be equation 1, let this be equation 2. Let us subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Then we will have y plus delta y minus y equals to a of x plus delta x plus b minus ax minus b. This implies y and y gets 0, so delta y equals to a into x is ax plus a into delta x is a delta x plus b minus ax minus b. Here minus b plus b gets 0 plus x minus ax gets 0. Okay. Now let us divide both sides by delta x, then we will have delta y over delta x equals to a of delta x over delta x. Now let us put the limit on both sides. Limit delta x tends to 0, delta y over delta x equals to limit delta x tends to 0, a of delta x over delta x. As you can see, this delta x and delta x are simplified to 1. So this implies on the left hand side, limit delta x tends to 0, delta y over delta x is dy over dx. So this will be equals to limit delta x tends to 0 into a. Now since a is constant and there is no delta x, so the answer will be simply a. So this implies dy by dx equals to a. So this is our answer for this question. Next, the function is 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. So let y equals to 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. This implies y plus delta y equals to 3 of x plus delta x whole square plus 2 times x plus delta x minus 5. Now if I subtract equation 1 from equation 2, then we will have delta y equals to 3 of x plus delta x whole square plus 2 times x plus delta x minus 5 minus 3x square plus 2x minus 5. So before dividing both sides by delta x, let us simplify our right hand side. So here as you can see, this is in the form of a plus b whole square. So we will expand using the formula. So it will be 3 times x square plus 2 times x into del x plus del x square plus, let us open this bracket also, it will be 2 times x plus 2 times delta x minus 5. Let us open the bracket with minus 1, so it will be minus 3x square minus 2x plus 5. Here this 5 and minus 5 will get 0. This 2x and minus 2x will also get 0. So this implies delta y equals to 3 times x square plus 3 into 2 is 6x delta x plus 3 times delta x square plus 2 delta x minus 3x square. Here minus 3x square plus 3x square gets 0. Let us divide both sides by delta x. So it will be whole divided by delta x, and in numerator you can see delta x as common. So it will be delta x, open the bracket, we will have 6x plus 3 delta x plus 2. Now let us put the limit on both sides. Limit delta x tends to 0, delta y over delta x equals to, so here delta x and delta x cancelled, so it will be limit delta x tends to 0, 6x plus 3 times delta x plus 2. So this implies on the left hand side, limit delta x tends to 0, delta y over delta x is dy over dx equals to, on the right side, if I put the value of delta x as 0, then we will get 6x plus 3 into 0 plus 2. So this implies dy over dx equals to 6x plus 2. So this is the answer for this question. That means the derivative of 3x squared plus 2x minus 5 is 6x plus 2. Next we have the function x to the power 8. So let us assume y equals to x to the power 8, and let that be equation 1. Therefore y plus delta y will be equals to x plus delta x whole to the power 8, and let that be equation 2. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 2, we will have delta y equals to x plus delta x whole to the power 8 minus x to the power 8. And dividing both sides by delta x, we will have delta y over delta x equals to x plus delta x whole to the power 8 minus x to the power 8 delta x. Now let us put the limit also. Limit delta x tends to 0, delta y over delta x equals to limit delta x tends to 0. Now here, since there was delta x, so let me add x and subtract x. Okay, so we can do that because value has not been changed. So here in numerator we will have x plus delta x whole to the power 8 minus x to the power 8 whole divided by x plus delta x minus x. Let me assume x plus delta x as u. So let u equals to x plus delta x. As delta x tends to 0, then u tends to x. How is this? Delta x tends to 0, that means u will try to get closer to x. That means if delta x tends to 0, u tends to x. So here in the left hand side, this portion is dy over dx. So it will be dy by dx equals to limit u tends to x, u to the power 8 minus x to the power 8 whole divided by u minus x. If limit x tends to a, x to the power n minus a to the power n by x minus a, then the value of this would be na to the power n minus 1, where a should be greater than 0. Now if I compare this portion with this formula, then I will have dy over dx equals to 8x to the power 8 minus 1, and this implies dy by dx equals to 8x to the power 7. So this is our answer for this question. Number 4, I have the function 1 over x to the power 5. Now this question can be done like question 3 only, okay? So what we need to do, we just have to rewrite this function as x to the power minus 5. This question is similar to question number 3 and I leave it to you as your homework. And the answer for this question will be next question 5. Our function is 1 over under root of 2 minus 3x. So let us assume y equals to 1 over under root of 2 minus 3x. Therefore, y plus delta y will be equals to 1 by root over 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x. So let this be equation 1 and this be equation 2. So if I subtract 1 from 2, we will have on the left hand side as del y equals to 1 over under root of 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x minus 1 by root over 2 minus 3x. Before dividing both sides by del x, let us simplify. So in denominator we will have root over 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x into 2 minus 3x, and in numerator we will have root over 2 minus 3x minus under root of 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x. Now here we will try to rationalize the numerator. So in order to rationalize the numerator, we will multiply by root over 2 minus 3x plus root over 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x over root over 2 minus 3x plus root over 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x. Now since in the numerator it is in the form of a minus b times a plus b, so this is the formula for difference of squares, that is a square minus b square. So we will have del y equals to root over 2 minus 3x whole square minus root over 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x whole square, and in denominator we have root over 2 minus 3x plus root over 2 minus 3 times x plus delta x. Okay, so in numerator, as you can see, we can cancel square root and square root and square. So now let us divide both sides by delta x also. So we will have delta y over delta x equals to 2 minus 3x, and if I open the bracket with minus, then it will be minus 2 plus 3 times x plus delta x whole over delta x, since we were dividing both sides by delta x. So here in numerator, this plus 2 and minus 2 will get 0. In next step, let us put limit also. It will be limit delta x tends to 0, delta y over delta x equals to limit delta x tends to 0 minus 3x plus, let us open the bracket, 3 times x plus 3 times delta x over this much. So in numerator, as you can see, 3x and minus 3x are getting 0. So on the left hand side we will have dy over dx equals to limit delta x tends to 0 3 times delta x over the same thing. In numerator, as you can see, delta x, and in denominator delta x are getting cancelled. So now let us put the limit on the next step, that will be 3 root over 3 times x, as delta x is 0, root over 2 minus 3x into root over 2 minus 3x plus root over 2 minus 3x. See, root over 2 minus 3x and root over 2 minus 3x is simply 2 minus 3x. So it will be 2 minus 3x into, and inside this bracket root over 3 minus 3x plus root over 2 minus 3x is 2 times root over 2 minus 3x. So here we will have 3 by 2 times 2 minus 3x into root over 2 minus 3x. So it will be 3 over 2 times 2 minus 3x. This square root can be written as 2 minus 3x whole to the power 1 by 2. And if I add the powers, we will have 2 minus 3x whole to the power 3 by 2. So this is our answer.